Hey everyone, and welcome. Saying no in English can sometimes feel a little tricky, right? Well, today we're going to learn a super fun and easy trick. We're going to figure out how to take any yes sentence and flip it into a no sentence and do it perfectly.
So think about it. It's super easy to say what you like. You could say, I like toys. Or maybe, I love eating samosas. Easy. But what if you don't like them? How do you say that? How do you take that yes and turn it into a no? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll say hello to what we call negative sentences. Then, we'll get into the magic of the word not. After that, we'll talk about some super helpful verbs. We'll even look at a common mistake, a little trap, so you can avoid it. And finally, we'll practice everything we've learned. Sounds good? Let's go.
All right, let's jump right into our first section. So what on earth is a negative sentence? I promise it sounds way more complicated than it actually is. Okay, so a negative sentence is just a sentence that says something is, well, false or not true. And it does this with special no words. You've probably heard them before, right? Words like not, no, nothing, never, no one. For example, you could have a sentence like, I have something to talk about, but if you want to make it negative, you just say, I have nothing to talk about. See that? One little word changes the whole meaning. It's pretty powerful. All right, time for our first trick. And let me tell you, this is the easiest one of all. It's all about one little magic word, not. This word is probably the most common way to make a no sentence. Okay, check this out. It's so simple. If you see one of these verbs, am, is, are, was, or were, all you have to do is put the word not right after it. That's it. So if you have Raman is excited, you just change it to Raman is not excited. How easy is that? It's just one little step. Okay, but I know what you're thinking. What if the sentence doesn't have one of those verbs? What if there's no am, is, or are? What do we do then? Well, don't worry. For sentences like that, we just have to call in some special helpers. You see, for most other verbs, action words like go, run, eat, we need to bring in a little help. And our helpers are do not, does not, and did not. I like to think of them as a team of superheroes. They just fly in to help the other verbs say no.
So how do you know which helper to use? It's actually a pretty simple pattern. You use do not when you're talking about I, you, or any group of people, like the runners. But if you're just talking about one person, like Shreya or he or she, then you use does not. So the runners run becomes the runners do not run. But Shreya eats becomes Shreya does not eat. Got it?
And you know what? It gets even easier when we talk about the past, things that have already happened. For any action in the past, we just use one helper for everybody. Yep, just one. Did not. It doesn't matter if it's I, you, she, they, everyone gets did not. So a sentence like, she ate her food becomes, she did not eat her food. Simple, right? Okay, now it's time for a little pro tip. This is a super common mistake. Even grown-ups make it sometimes, but you're going to learn how to avoid it. It's called the double negative trap. So look at this sentence on the screen. Hina didn't eat nothing for breakfast. Does that sound a little weird to you? The problem is it has two no words. We have didn't, which is just did not, and then we have nothing. And here's the big rule in English. You only get one no word in a sentence. Using two just makes things confusing and, well, it's just not right. So how do we fix this? It's easy. Once you've used your first no word, like can't or isn't, you have to change that second no word to a yes word. So instead of we can't go nowhere, that's the trap, you say we can't go anywhere. Hear the difference? It's so much clearer.
All right, you've learned the rules, you've seen the examples, you even know how to dodge the double negative trap. I think it's time to put your new skills to the test. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Okay, first one. She enjoys playing the piano. How do we make that negative? Let's think it through together. First, do we see an is or an are? Nope, so we know we need a helper. The person is she, which is one person. So, which helper do we need? You got it. It's does not. Because we're talking about she, we use the helper does not. So the answer is she does not enjoy playing the piano. Fantastic job! You are on a roll. Let's do one more. The sentence is, they watch TV in the evening. Okay, this time the subject is they. What does that tell us? Which helping verb are we going to use here?
Yes, that's exactly right. For they, we use do not. So the sentence becomes, they do not watch TV in the evening. See? You're becoming an expert at this.
Okay, so let's do a super quick review of your new grammar toolkit. Remember the three main things. First, if you see am, is, are, was, or were, just add not right after it. Second, for almost every other verb, call in your helpers. Do not, does not, or did not. And third, and this is the big one, remember, only one no word in a sentence. Avoid that double negative trap.
And just like that, you know the power of no. You can officially change a yes sentence into a no sentence. So, what are you going to practice on today? Think of a yes sentence and try changing it. Thanks so much for learning with me. Keep practicing, and you'll be an expert before you know it.